Hello everybody and welcome to episode 12 of Ultimate Alchemy. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I am having a pretty good one myself. I just launched Minecraft. I have some tea ready, some water, and I'm ready to do some business. I guess. I don't know. That was a bit of a weird intro, but that's fine. We're sticking with it. So last episode we tried energizing and picking up the oil and all that, and I forgot that RF Tools has a sensor block, which does work. As you can see, we have no signal when we have the refined canola oil, and then I toss it, make it crystallized, we get a signal. So we could hide everything underground except for the placer and breaker of sorts. We could do the fluid placer or the fluid breaker, or we could do the detectors and breakers and store it in refined storage or whatever. But I'm not going to do this today, so I'm just going to leave this open, and I'm going to show you what I did in between episodes here. So let's just clean up a little bit. I mean, I'll just leave these blocks like this, so just so I know. Doesn't matter though. Okay, so this is the same. I took down the canola press and the fractionating still I had there, and we now have an industrial squeezer, which is now full backed up of canola oil, and I have a fractionating still here, the same one that I had before, and we have a portable resonant tank, which is holding, that's 500,000 of buckets, so 500 buckets, I think. It's the correct, yeah, it is 500 buckets. So that's quite a bit of refined canola oil we have on the backlog. I have canola being exported from the bottom and then just being transferred the servo over to top, and then this guy presses like all of these 8 canola at the same time. It makes like 640 millibuckets each operation, which is really nice. So that works. I think I already showed you the other arc furnace yesterday, but you can see it again. And then everything else is pretty much the same, except for possibly the smeltery. I changed, I think, this for glass, just in between. But yeah, today I want to automate some Botania stuff. So over here, we need to automate this conjuration catalyst, the Alchemy catalyst, which should be, yeah, it's flash, and it was really not showing. Okay. And also this to make mana pearls and mana diamonds and mana steel and stuff like that. So I'm going to use some phantom faces that I had on me before and I accidentally threw away. And we're going to go in betwixt the floors. So let me go to the second floor. And then we can go underneath here. And I have cables running here, so we might be low on space, and I also need to power that lamp. Yeah, we'll see how we go for space, but we're gonna put this here, and we can put a crafter directly on it, I think. And if we then come out where we don't have a mana pool and grab our phantom connector, we'll see if this reaches. If we do that and that, the connection is fine and working. And if we do a crafter, right? Crafter. I'm hoping we can do this directly on here. I think we can. We don't need to have an inventory. So I can rename the crafter as well. So what is going to turn off if I turn this off? All of these detectors are going to just turn off. It's not going to do anything. Okay, so let's grab an anvil. I think I was out of anvils. So we need an anvil. And I can possibly, just in between cuts here, automate dark steel so we can get dark steel anvils, which doesn't really matter. But, you know, it's fine. Okay, let's just get one of these, and let's do... I'll just do regular mana pool. We're going to do that. And then we're going to need one for the conjuration catalyst list. And we're going to have one for the alchemy catalyst. There we go. Okay, so then if we take this one out, we can put the regular mana pool one there. And if we go downstairs real fast and not use the elevator, and go over here, and we can look at mana and set it in processing and set up for mana steel. Gonna do that. Remove the mana pool. There we go. And also mana pearl. Remove the mana pool. The mana diamond, which we could use sun crystals, and we can automate sun crystals, but we have diamonds automated, so we should be fine on that part. So let's do that. And mana string, I think we're gonna need for some stuff, so let's just get the recipe out of the way. Mana cloth is just that. We can get mana glass as well. That could be useful because it's a really nice glass. We could also, I think, just drop mana steel, blocks of mana steel, but I think regular iron is fine. Anything else that we drop? Mana powder. We can do redstone or glowstone. Let's do glowstone. Or we could even do gunpowder, but it's fine. And anything else that we need to drop? I don't think so. Can you actually? I thought you could make mana nuggets. But I think that is it for dropping onto the mana pool. That should be everything that we need. Okay, so if we go here, we can see the mana pool. We can toss all of these recipes inside, like a so. And then if we go back up to the top with our elevator that I actually use, and let's see, if we request mana, steel, whoops, give me one. It does work. Okay, we don't have a pickup system yet, but it does work. Wonderful. Okay, so the system is now going to be just requesting to get a mana steel. So we need a collector, ranged collector. And I'm losing my voice slowly. We need a couple of these. No. Okay, so we put this here and we put a mana steel and an importer on the top. And if we give you one mana steel, you should finish up the recipe. So let me set up all of these on the whitelist and then we can test everything out. Everything is set. So if we now request something from mana, like if we request, let's say, a stack of mana pearls, there it goes. And they're all being collected and that was it. Mana. They're slowly being imported. So let's get possibly a stack upgrade. Will be enough, I think. If we just do that. And we can also do some speed. I don't think we were gonna need the speed upgrades, but we can just, since we have them, why not? Okay, so if we then request, let's say, mana steel, it just drops a full stack, which is lovely. And then that gets processed. Mana steel, we have a stack. Wonderful. What else we're gonna need? Mana string probably, and mana glass. Whoops, mana glass. So we don't need this template manager because this was from building gadgets. Haha. Okay, it does work. It is lovely. And now I will set up basically the exact same thing for this one and this one. We're just going to put a phantom face underneath with a crafter connected to this, or to the phantom face at least, a ranged collector, some recipes, and let me just set those up because it's going to be the exact same thing, and then I'll show you once I have them running. So I have both of these automated. This one was slightly more difficult than I thought, but this one is pretty much the same as this. We just have a ranged collector, and the only recipe that I could think of would be leather, because I recently removed my aquatic entangler thingy-mabob because we have a reactor down here, so I don't have that anymore. And I also moved my water thingies, aqueous accumulators, I think on this floor. Yeah, there they are. There's 3 of them making us water. And that's the only recipe that I could see needing automation, because we kind of don't have it automated because we don't have the fish anymore. We still have the system for the fish, but we're not catching them as of right now. So that is the recipe that we have there. And this guy is this mess. It is not that messy as it looks, but we have a storage crate just so we can detect and input more items as well. And then the crafter with the recipes. I inputted the Gaia Spirit recipe because we're gonna get to that at some point, so we can duplicate those if we wanted to. But we could just fight the Gaia Guardian a bunch of times and we should be fine. So then we have the crate detecting with a comparator, and then a repeater needed to be here to boost up the signal because it's not strong enough to transmit it over to here. It only emits a 1 if you request a 1 grass, for example. And then the ranged collector is, the ranged collector is for set on deactivation. So when this crate has items, or even 1 item, it'll go into here and turn on this comparator pulse extender, which will leave this guy off until everything is crafted. And if we, for example, request a grass, you're going to see it drop, duplicate, pick up. And it's really nice. And to look at it down here, we're going to say a grass. It's going to get put into the system, trigger, dropped, picked up. it already went into the importer, but you saw it pretty much happen. So that is really neat. And the runic altar, I don't know. We're going to need to automate it because we're going to need the whole runes of balance things. Unless we can get V crystals the other way, I think. So if we look at V, these guys are air crystals, can be turned into 3 air V crystals, and we can get Salismundus as a backlog. But we can do quartz slivers back when we have these things, so we can just drop the right amount of things onto a crucible, and even then we can get the whole the whatchamacallit, which guy? I don't know what it's called, but the alembic, I think it's called, or whatever. That is the upgraded crucible. So we could do those, and we possibly only need these to get us going in the beginning, to get some of the V crystals to craft the basic things. So we can do this, and the infused grass is mutated grass, and mutated grass is this, which is floral gray, which we have automated, and we can even do mushrooms with gray, make gray mushrooms. Okay, and it only uses floral gray powder. So that we can automate a system for petals. We have them automated downstairs with the whole gray thing, and we're going to see how many we're going to need. But I think Terrasteel is going to be a thing that I need to automate. So I'm going to see if I can get a system for this going. It might be a bit more difficult than I would want it to, but we can probably get it over with a timer. So we just basically check for a chest, or say, can we... I don't know if we have a block that... checks the entire chest and shows what is inside, but let me get at least an idea of what I want to do, and I will show it to you once I have something feasible. Okay, I almost gave up on the Terrasteel, and then I got another idea on how to do it, and I think I'm getting on the right track, but I just need to have a system where I can kickstart this entire process when the crafter when the crafter is going to output all of the items. Basically, they're going to go into this storage crate, which we can move, but I'll probably just put the crafter here. And what we need is the crafter to face down, and then we need some cabling. And we can, let's bring it over just like here and here. Okay. So when this guy gets the Terrasteel thingy, it's going to put the mana steel, the mana pearls, and the mana diamonds, each one into its own chest very, very quickly. So then they all get split up, and this... I mean, do I really need to split them up? Now that I think about it, I don't think I do. But for the time being, I have them split up. Well, we can set it up differently, but I need to trigger this system once as soon as it gets items, or as soon as this precision dropper... It doesn't have to have items, as soon as we trigger the crafting process. So I don't know if there's a way we can do it. We can possibly set this up with an exporter and a detector to always keep a certain amount of Terrasteel in the system. But if we trigger it once, it's going to put all of 3 down, all 3 dropped, and then it would make a Terrasteel. And when a Terrasteel gets picked up, it would repeat the process. So 3 would get put in here and then drop down, and it messed up because it put more than 1. This just worked. I just had this working. So what is going wrong? So the sequencer should get a signal right after this. Drop 3. So if I drop one of you, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then that worked fine. So once receive the loop the cycle once more. So Terrasteel. You see how it flickers? How it like transferred twice for some reason? I don't know. Okay, so that's kind of the idea that I've been going. So let me tweak it a bit more and see if I can get it fully functioning. Okay, so it was working and it isn't working and it's all weird and wonky, and I'm done for today with the Terrasteel. I'm a little bit tired of it, I guess. And if you have any ideas on how you did it in your world, if you automated Terrasteel. I forgot how I did it normally. I mean, normally I used the ME interface because it has the ability to not push items while crafting is being done. So it only will not push items until you extract them out of the nearby chest. So that was super easy to automate. Plus, like XNet was also easier to automate with this. but I just don't remember how I did it without those mods. And you just need to, I've been trying things weirdly, but I'm now using a translocator with a diamond nugget, because then you can filter how many items you can have in an inventory. So basically I put that into the precision dropper from here, and then it triggers the sequencer, and it works once, and then if it tries to do it again, the sequencer just messes up. And I don't know how it works, because this does, when a redstone signal is received, loop the cycle once, restart if a new pulse arrives. So I don't know if the sequencer takes a while. I don't know how long it takes for this to process. How much is each like slot? So step -1 off. Yeah, that's I assume the thingy. But if we grab, let's say I will show you. We grab some mana steel, mana powder, mana diamonds. I wanted half a stack of this. Doesn't really matter, but you know. Well, let's toss 2 inside, and then grab some terrasteel. I still haven't figured out how I would want to start it, but I can toss a terrasteel down. Get 3. We drop 3. Make the terrasteel. Gets picked up. Put 3 in. And now it works on camera. Of course it works on camera while I do this. So how much terrasteel would we need for these? We need 3, 6, 9, 12 total. So terra. Oh, it's probably in here. Yeah, we need to cancel the craft, because it's probably, no, I didn't craft it with the thingy. So we have the 12 that we need for the armor, and then we can make the terra blade as well with that. And anything else we would need, the terra shatter, I don't think we'll need. We have our tinker's tools. We could possibly get this and make it really fast with efficiency. I don't know if it works on dirt as well and stuff like that, but it's fine the way we have it. We could have a mana steel shovel or something, but it doesn't matter. Then we wouldn't have anything to break the wood. And we could get the terra truncator. We can try that. So that's 3, 4, and this would be 4. So that's the blade, and then we would need 1, 2, 3, 4 for the so 4 for this and 4 for this, so another 8. I don't know if I have enough mana to do another 8, but let's toss one of you down, because I have I don't know, we'll see. Okay, that was 1, 2. So let me see if I have enough mana. I might. So since it's just started working pretty much, I decided to finish it off, kind of. It is starting, but the problem I think would occur if we didn't have enough. Let's say we had mana steel, we had mana pearls, but we didn't have, let's say, mana diamonds, and it would need to drop mana diamonds on the mana pool, pick them up, and then toss them in here. And then this process would start, and it would not necessarily, it would break, yeah, because it would drop the mana diamond and the, let's say, or the mana steel and the mana pearl, but it wouldn't have the diamond, and then it would loop again. Oh, actually, it wouldn't loop again. It would just wait for those to despawn, and then it would start again, I guess. But we can make it better by adding the 3 phantom faces and the inventory checkers that I don't know if I showed that, but I had that before. And we can trigger it only when it has those 3 and give it out a pulse, so it starts correctly. And I think I'll do that in a moment, but I can show you that terrasteel, if we request one, it works. We did it. It works. Because the goal of the pack is to automate everything, every single little thing that you need. And that's my phone, because my girlfriend sent me a text message. Enjoy Kim Possible's ringtone. There you go. And then that it gets extracted, imported, the crafting finishes, and we have terrasteel. Wonderful. So I think maybe I'll add this in between episodes. I won't bother right now because I already spent too much time working on this. So yeah, let me get on working. Wrong thing. Let me get on to working on the liquids that we were doing last episode. So these guys, the placers, breakers, sensoring thingies. So let me start working on this and get something set up for this, so we can get empowered oil, crystallized oil, and all that good stuff. Alrighty, I have the empowered oil, I think it is. No, crystallized oil, automated. It is super simple. We just have a constructor always placing refined canola oil and a destructor breaking it. And then we have a precision dropper dropping one crystallized canola seed into here. And we could even put this guy up top and we're phantom facing the items in anyway, but the redstone pulse needs to go to it. So I decided to put it in the floor here, and I think it'll look just fine. So this works nicely. And then we have a 64K fluid storage block, which is going to get filled. And I think it's going to stop doing this because it won't have anywhere to put the empowered seeds. So only when it places the refined, it's going to turn on basically, because it's detecting for refined canola oil, and when it places it, it drops the seed. So we should see it fill up fairly shortly. And my headset's dying, but I will do pretty much the same thing as we're doing here for the empowered canola oil. And I just need to go up top I just need to go over here and set up a recipe for empowering canola seeds, and also get that probably on an exporter and on a detector. So we always have like a stack of empowered canola seeds in the system. It's so nice to see everything working. The only problem that I have is if I use up the empowered canola seeds, this is gonna emit a signal, and this is set on pulse. So I assume this won't drop again because this won't change if I run out of empowered canola seeds. But as soon as I get a few more canola seeds, like I have it set for 64, I will turn this on again. And it is kind of slow, and we're not going to be needing empowered oil for that many things anyway, so it's going to be fine. So basically, I just want to fill this up so we have it on store, and we can then use it for what we need. I think it's for Podzol, and we need it for making Ardite, I believe, as well in the smeltery. But the way I set this up, and I might move this on stream or something, or off camera, I might move this one over here and then put this dropper over here just because of symmetry, and it'll looking better. Because that's facing in, and it could be nice if that was over there. But I don't have time right now, so we're just going to leave it as is. But basically, I have this detector for 64 crystallized canola seeds on a translocator with a redstone and a diamond nugget. So it's only putting in one canola into the precision droppers. So we only get one every time it needs to make more. And I have just an exporter here exporting crystallized canola, and I don't even need this exporter on the side. We can just grab some cable, and let me then grab a canola here and toss it in here, and we can take this exporter off and then just do that. Should be fine. It might have transferred a bunch of canola. It didn't. Okay, there we go. It's fine. Okay, so that is turned on. It works nicely because, yeah, that's the problem that happens. Where are my cables? This is transferring, or transferred all of them, probably. Or not. No, it just transferred one. It doesn't matter. Okay, so this works. We have 64 of it. This is going to work as soon as we get more empowered canola, because the empowerer is slow. And the empowerer I have set up here on the other side. I have an exporter with crystallized canola and regular canola. And then I have a detector here detecting 64 empowered canola seeds. And this is active with signal. So it's going to be starting to extract as soon as we drop under 64 canola. So we're at 55 now, and it should be over pretty soon. And I just filtered all of these on canola seeds. And then I also changed priority up to 1. So basically it puts the canola in first, and then the last item that gets put in is the middle one. Because the crystallized canola could go into the... Well, actually, it isn't in the filter. We didn't even need to change the priority. It would have worked fine anyway. So that is working. It is lovely. I could have gone through the other entrance place thing, but yeah, I'm going to move this off camera, and I think this is going to be it for today. We have empowered canola. I can also, just one thing that we can do, if I grab a fluid transposer, and then I believe it's, if we look at empowered oil, it's dirt and Podzol. So let's grab dirt, put it in here. Grab an empowered bucket, which I have here. Boom. Podzol. We have it. Woo! That's one of the recipes for the clay. Podzol. We have nether quartz. We have emeralds. We have wood. We have cobble. We have grass. We have lapis. We have wood skeletons. We have diamonds. We could get a nether star, but then we need to get to chaotic crafting, which is going to require Draconium, which requires the Ender Dragon Head, which requires Thaumcraft. So next episode, hopefully, we'll get to go and start Thaumcraft. So that should be really fun. And that's going to be on Monday. And yeah, with that, I want to thank you all for watching. I am hoping you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Also, consider subscribing to see new videos. Support me on Patreon if you want. It's up to you. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great one. Bye-bye.